I'm Rick.
And I'm Kelsey.
Our orienting technique of the day is a catching feature. So the definition of a catching feature is a feature that's past the control that you seek that lets you know that you've gone too far. Why would you want to have a catching feature? Well, for one thing, it determines your level of risk. If you've got a catching feature, then you know that you can proceed with a little less precision toward the control and maybe a little faster. It assists in guiding you back to the known point or the control if necessary. Oftentimes you may select a catching feature and not ever use it, and that's fine. If you get to the control first, you never get past it and have to get caught by that, that's a good thing, but it reduces your risk to have one. Okay, the process of using a catching feature. When you're planning your route, look on the map for a large feature that's past the control. And if there is a large feature, not so far past the control, you may opt then to proceed quickly, knowing that the risk is limited by having a known stopping point. If there is no significant feature that you can assign past your control, you might want to be extra cautious approaching the control. We're at control number 4 and we're proceeding to control number 5. And when I look at this, I think that this is all fairly flat terrain with the exception of this hill feature here. And I would normally want to be a little bit cautious, but there's enough features in between that I can check them off as I go. So what I would plan to do is go pretty much directly at this, crossing over the first trail and then crossing over the second trail, noting when I cross over the river here, look to my right to note where I am in relation to this bluff on the side of the hill, and then proceed on toward the control, which is a knoll. And our catching feature is this distinct vegetation boundary on thicker vegetation just past the control. All right, leaving the control. Remember, the first thing we're going to see is a crossing over a small trail. There it is coming up. Crossing at a little bit of an angle here. That's fine. And remember on the map it was at an angle. The next feature we should cross over should be a larger trail which will be basically perpendicular to our line of motion. There it is. Okay. And then we should come across a little bit more vegetation here and up. We just passed the river and coming up to the hill. Remember we have the hill with the bluff on it. Let's go back to this stage of the game and look at the map. We've left control 4, we've crossed over the small trail, crossed over the larger trail, crossed over a small stream, and we've seen this feature here. Right now we're right about where my point of my compass is, and the plan then is to head toward the knoll and use the backdrop here as a catching feature in case we overshoot the knoll. Okay, I'm leaving the hillside. And there's the knoll, there's our control. See the vegetation boundary back here, and we're done.